What's going on, everybody? This is Brian with Happy Face Productions. Just continuing on with my new account. We've gone through Tour 1 completely, and we're currently in between three others. I've got Tour 2 going, a little more than halfway through that one. Halfway through Tour 3, and even started a little bit of Tour 4. So we'll spend a little time in Tour 3 and Tour 4 today. And just to show you how to play this game, even with the basic equipment. So as far as our bag here, we do have some epic clubs. We've got the hammer. Looks like we can actually upgrade that. Let's see how much that is. 3,000. Okay, for me, we can hold off for a minute on that. We may upgrade that later today. We'll see. And Komodo's looking fine. And we do have our basic ball as well. So, and I am having a Phoenix trial, which is nice. Always jump on those. Definitely help move you up the ladder a little bit when it comes to what your goal is in the game. Let's see. I'm also part of my clan. I joined my clan, which just helps with point average and just helps you kind of progress as well. And we have this is HF Pro. This is my little account here. Brian, that's my #1 account, and Bees is my second account. So we're doing pretty good. We could always use more people though. You can see we have 12, and we are in a pretty good spot. 14th in professional 2. We're not necessarily trying to outdo everybody, but we'd like to stay in the running. So if you're interested in joining a clan that can give you some help and help you progress in your gaming with Golf Impact, then feel free to just search us up in the clan search up here. Just type in Happy Face, hit search, and you can join with an inbox or an email, and then we can go ahead and let you in. We are looking for, of course, not beginners, of course, but anyone in amateur up that likes to play and that will play the clan matches. All right, enough of all that. Now, I did go into our New York Championship. I played 9 holes so far, and I'm at -14. Not bad. But I did have a meteor on trial, so that definitely helped me get to that. So getting 30, that's going to be tough. But we should be at least in the top 5, I would imagine, before it's over. Someone had asked me, how do you get your legendary clubs? How can you get those? Well, there's just 3 or 4 different ways of getting them. So obviously, you have to play the long drive. The long drive is going to be one way to get legendary cards, but you have to get within the top 3. If you don't get within the top 3, or is it the top 5 maybe? I'm not sure exactly, but it looks like the rewards here for rank 1 through 5, it looks like you do get a legendary card, and then from 6 down, or 6 to 10, you get a bag, but then anything under 10, you don't get anything. So you want to try to definitely get within the top. If you can get within the top 3, you're pretty good. You're definitely going to get a legendary club. Other ways to win legendary clubs, of course, you have to play championships. Playing your championship will, same thing, you want to get within the top 3, because then you can see the second reward over. Number 1 gets 2 legendary cards. Number 2 and 3 get 1 legendary card each. And that's it, the top 3. So you have to get within the top 3. And I know that can be hard, but the more you progress, the more you figure out the tips and ways in which to make this game a little bit better, then it's not impossible to get within the top 3. Those are the ways you win legendary cards without spending money. But of course, spending money is what this game is about as well. That's what they want. They want your money. So what are the easiest or the most effective ways to spend your money? Well, I've found personally that if you buy, what I'd like to do personally is I'll buy something like this, like a deal. Not all the time, but for 20 bucks, you get 4,500 gems, 50 balls, which is really nice to play with in different championships or your clan matches, right? They help. And you get a 50% chance of obtaining a legendary club. And I feel that's accurate. There's times I haven't gotten a legendary club, and then there's times that I have gotten one. But for 20 bucks, you get 4,500 gems, 50 balls. You get a legendary club, 50% chance of that. But then you can go down here to your daily specials, and you'll notice for 3,000 gems, you can definitely get a legendary club based on which one you may need, which one you may want. So what I'll do is I'll start off with the driver. So my driver, I'll wait maybe for Meteor to come out, and then I'll purchase it. And then I'll try to play some championships, save some money to get those cards. And then maybe if I've got like 1 card left to get to the next level, see, because I'm at level 4 here, but if I wanted to maybe get to level 2 with the Meteor, I'll do what I just explained and get that offer with the 4,500 gems, and then go ahead and purchase one. So it's up to you. I mean, if you're one that just totally refuses to spend money, you can still upgrade your clubs. Otherwise, it'll be a little tough. So just do the math. You know, what makes more sense to you? What are you going to get the most from your money with, right? And then do it. I wouldn't just jump into buying, like, you could buy your clubs here, but it's only a 1 card. It's not like you get a maxed out legendary club here. It's just a legendary card for 20 bucks. That's expensive. So make the most of your money if you're going to do that and spend. But for this account, it's just training purposes. I'm not spending any money on it. My other 2 accounts I do. Hopefully that made sense. Sorry, that was kind of a long intro, but someone did have a question about that. I wanted to make sure that everyone kind of knew in case you didn't. Let's go into playing some Tour 3. Alright, so with a basic ball and a jet ski, we're just going to go straight up the middle here. The wind is blowing at 4 degrees towards the right. Not going to be super effective, but we'll go ahead and move it over and just kind of eyeball a couple of rings. And then we're going to try to get the max distance out of this. Try to hit perfect. And I'm off. Oh, good thing I moved those rings. But we're still in trouble. So that will be hard to come back from. If he gets to the green, I don't think he will with this shot. Depends. Okay, so we're in a good position here. The odds of him hitting his third shot in the hole, it'd be good if he did for him, but we're hoping he doesn't. The odds are kind of in our favor. But we'll get to the green right when he does on our third shot. So we're not going to do nothing crazy here. We're just going to kind of bring it over to the right a little bit. And this will set us up for a shot. We'll get to the green on our third shot. So hopefully we'll match him with a putt on this next shot. Take us to a draw. So never give up. You may get a bad tee shot and feel like, oh great, there's no way I'm going to get out of this. But as you can see, we're going to be on the green with them, and it's not impossible that we may sink this. We'll see. So we're going to line it up just a little bit short of the hole. And we're going to pull 2 rings. So I line up the bottom of the rings to the tee and the take shot with the center of the bullseye. And now I'm just going to pull back 2 rings to the edge there. And then we're going to try to hit perfect. And let's see what happens. Oh, close. Alright, so we're going to move into our draw. And this is where we spend a lot of our time. At least me, I notice maybe half of the time, especially on tours like 10 and 11, you seem to find yourself a lot more in draws. So learning the tricks of how to do a draw correctly will definitely help you win more than lose. So this is a very nice shot from our opponent. That one will be hard to beat. But we're gonna try. I'm gonna go about a square and a half behind, and then I'm gonna move it just half a ring. Notice I point the arrow totally south, and we said we're gonna do about half a ring here. That's it. And then try to hit perfect. We did. And it looks like he won. Definitely won that round. I'm just rolling and rolling. And that's okay. We're playing on a tour 4 with limited club and ball, so it makes sense. Let's try, let's see, what are we at, 11,000? So I mentioned this in another video as well. If you're just starting out with this game, learning about jumping into these tours for the first time, a nice go-to or something you can just kind of live by, I guess. I don't know what the term is, but you want to have at least 10 times in your bankroll, your bank account, you want to have at least 10 times the coins that it costs to enter. So for example, this tour is 3,000. You probably want to have close to 30,000 coins, just so that if you're going to lose a few, you don't go into bankruptcy quicker than you were expecting. So like for example here for tour 3, I'm right where I would want to be. I got 11,000 coins, it's 1,000 to enter. I can play 5 or 6 games confidently, even if I lose half of them, that I'm not going to go into bankruptcy. And if I get below the 10,000, say it's like 8 or 9,000, then I'll jump back a tour and I'll work my bankroll up until I get to 10,000 again, and then I'll jump back into tour 3. Or I'll work my bankroll up to 30,000 before I jump into tour 4. And it just requires patience on your part, but you definitely don't want to jump in and lose all your coins after losing and getting frustrated over your, losing 3 or 4 games, because you'll lose all those coins pretty quickly. So that's just kind of a rule of thumb that has helped me and a lot of other guys when they play. Let's try one more here in tour 4. We may jump back to 3, build up our coins a little bit, and then jump back into 4. Some of these par 3s where you see the rough around the edges, sometimes I take advantage of those roughs and actually do what's called a bump shot. And the bump shot means you drop your tee shot, your first bounce is on the rough, and then the next couple of bounces will get to the green. It just depends on where the tee shot will land. So let's see if we can show an example of this here. So we can, because we can see where the red is here and the bottom of it is here. So if I can pull 2 rings without going into another club, it looks like I can. So we're going to put it right about there. We're going to go complete top spin. We're going to pull 2 rings for the 4-mile-an-hour wind. And then we're going to try to hit perfect. And we did. You'll see the first bounce will hit the rough, and then it'll just roll right out onto the green for a decent shot at a birdie. that's an effective way to get onto the green and not roll out into the rough or anything like that. That's way off. All right, and then we're gonna just try to set this up in the middle and hit perfect. Oh no, a little too much power there. And sometimes the game will do that to you. Oh, we'll go to another draw here. Must be a gopher in that hole. All right, let's see if we can sink this one. That's better. I'll go to a draw here. I always like going second because you get to see, obviously, your opponent's shot and play off of that. So just kind of always good to pay attention to what your opponent's doing, where he's landing. Okay, so he is 3.5 yards from the pin. We're gonna try to get within 1 yard or less. That's what I like to do on all my shots. So one way I like to guarantee that is to do full backspin if I can, and it looks like that'll leave us short. So we're gonna, from full backspin, we're gonna go up until we get really close to the cup, right about there. See where that's at? And then we're gonna push up half a circle, half a ring. So we line it up about halfway here, go up, and then we're gonna take our shot, perfect. And hopefully we'll get close. Okay, not bad. Won that one. All right. Sorry, I'm just getting a text here. And we'll continue on. We got some trophy. Get our trophy here. And we'll continue on. Let's see if we can get another 2 or 4 here. Okay. Oh, we're first. And it looks like we're doing the same shot. Now see, we're in between clubs here, so it's going to be a little bit harder to pull with the being in between clubs. So we're gonna kind of go down here, and we're gonna pull 2.5 rings, about there, and try to hit perfect here. That'll set us up for a nice birdie putt. Now he did no wind adjustment, as you could see that. He's pulling back, so he's going to not have the best results here. Yeah. No wind adjustment. We're gonna hit perfect. Okay. Looks like our opponent, excuse me, is having some difficulty connecting to the internet. That always sucks. I think we've all experienced that from time to time, right? When you're in the middle of a match and your internet's all jacked up. And that could happen. We'll take the win though. Hopefully our opponent gets his internet working again. All right, let's do one more tour 4, and then we'll hop back into tour 3. Par 5. This will be a challenge for us with our limited clubs and balls, but hopefully we'll get to the green in 2. That's the goal. Oh, it's our opponent's turn. That is, that's too bad for our opponent. All right, so what we want to do is obviously stay clear of that and the sand trap. Definitely can't hop over it, can we? So we'll just play the safe shot. We're gonna move, as you can see, I'm maxed with the distance here. We're gonna move it about a half of maybe a full ring. And then we're gonna pull, give it a little curl, not much, and try to hit perfect here. Okay, so even though we missed the rough, we're not gonna be able to make it over. So we may have to do like a layup shot here, like our opponent. That's fine. It's just our clubs lack the distance at this point. If I shot left of that sand trap, we probably would have been able to make it over, but let's see. I don't think we'll be able to. Oh, we might. We might, y'all. I think we're gonna go for it. The wind is blowing towards the left. I'm sorry, left to right. So we're gonna just move it right about here. So we're gonna see it's gonna land 2 rings over. And we're just gonna hope for the best here. We hit perfect. It'll probably hit the rough and then bounce. Okay, that's fine. That works. That's better. Okay, so if we get to the green, he's gonna have to make his shot from there to beat us. So our goal at this point is just to get to the green and get close to the hole, hopefully within a couple of yards. So we're gonna kind of lay it up so that the second bounce hits the fringe. See that? And then we're gonna go ahead and pull. Now you see I have it pointed north, the arrow. So instead of pushing our rings up, we're gonna pull them down. And we're gonna pull down about 1.5 rings. Right about there. And try to hit perfect. Little left of perfect, that's fine. We should still be on the green, there we go. Good. So we got a eagle shot here. And our opponent is gonna have to make his next shot. We put the pressure on him. Not a very strong wind adjustment. He's gonna go right of the ring, of the hole. Oh, I thought it was an eagle shot. Oh, we'll take a birdie. 1, 2. That was, okay, yeah, the third shot was the approach. All right, good. So let's see where our standings are. I'm still an amateur 1. It's fine. Don't expect anything other than that. I just wanted to look at our profile here. We've played 32 games. We've won 29 games, so we're at 91%. Not too bad. Not too bad for what we have as far as clubs, and we're using a basic ball. So that's good. Let's go and play some 2 or 3. And I go first. Okay. Sometimes it favors whoever has more trophies. They get to go second. That's fine. So we're going to shoot right up the middle here. Pull it just a little bit, maybe a ring and a half for the wind adjustment. And then I'm going to try to go, not full power, but maybe about half. Perfect. Yeah, full power may have put us in the rough possibly, but we got a nice line up there for our second shot. Our opponent will be in the rough. That's a bummer. I think he got a little greedy on that one. Okay, so there's the club change right there. So we're gonna go just above to the next club. And we're gonna, again, remember we do full backspin. Get a little close there, and then we can just let up on the backspin so that it just gets to the hole. Line it up best we can. We're just gonna pull half a ring and hope to beat this clock. And I don't think I'm going to. Nope. That's a bummer. So we just gave him an open shot to tie us here. Now this happens, you know, sometimes we run out of clock. Actually, he's not even going to get to the green on this second shot. So I did go first though. So it looks like we will end up in a draw. I've probably run out of clock, I don't know, on a few different occasions. You know, don't beat yourself up over it. It does help you to be a little more efficient in your shooting if you can keep your eye on the clock. But at least now we know what we're doing for this shot, right? We're just gonna kind of line this guy up like so. We're gonna push it up because I moved it the arrow south. Gonna push up half a ring, and then we're just gonna go ahead and try to hit perfect here. Did you notice too that my arrow speed on this course or this tour is slower than it was on tour 4? That's another issue that you run into when it comes to the clock. Every tour is different. So as you back up in tours, you know, from 11 to 1, you're going to notice your needle speed is a little bit slower. It speeds up on each tour. So just be prepared for that. Keep that in mind when you are adjusting. But you want that slow needle speed overall because you want to hit direct center of perfect. Even hitting left or right in perfect will throw off your shot. And by all means, keep training your clubs. Start with your putter. If you haven't gotten legendary clubs, you're going to change those clubs until you get legendary clubs. So wasting a training on, say, like a jet ski or a dolphin, when you could be training your putter, I prefer the putter because as you upgrade your clubs, they have different speeds as well. Until you get to your legendary club, then you can start building your training on your legendary clubs. But my kind of philosophy here is, hold on, let's do this shot. We want to get, this is how we want to get right up on here. And then we're going to pull 1.5. And and try to hit perfect. Oh, so close. It's okay. That's how we want every draw shot to land. Of course, landing in the hole is better, but we want to be within a yard. So you saw how that worked. I did full backspin, and I just try to push that club up until the end of the ball guide is either right through the hole or it's at the hole. Because if you don't do any backspin, your ball will just continue to roll like this one. See how it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling? When you're doing a draw shot, you want that ball to stop right at the hole. So use that backspin to your advantage and adjust your club accordingly. And you'll find that you'll win more draws that way. But what I was saying about training your clubs, yeah, train that putter in your beginning stages of the game. Just keep training it and training it. And by the time you get your legendary clubs, your putter's gonna be looking really good. See, my putter is already at a level 8. Which is nice. Watching these videos reduces time. Again, that's all up to you. I did it when I first started, but now I don't really worry about it. Or I don't really take advantage of it. I'm trying to look at my clubs here real quick. Yeah, so see, like the dart, I'm not training the dart. I'm not training the hammer. I'm training any of these clubs because when I get to Tour 5, I'm hoping to get that tornado. I'm already in Tour 4. But we got 24,000 coins. Why don't we upgrade one of this ones here? We'll take a little more topspin, a little more ball guide. Ball guide's always good to have. And let's see what about our dolphin. Oh, that one is not upgradable. Okay, drone. See, now we haven't gotten our Hellfire yet, and that's in Tour 2. I haven't finished Tour 2 yet. So I could spend a little more time in Tour number 2 and try to get that legendary Hellfire club. And I might. Be nice to get it. But we're going to focus on 3 and 4 on this video. Okay, now this is one of those shots where we may take advantage of a bump shot. We'll see. That's unfortunate for our opponent. Let's see, we don't want to spend a whole lot of time figuring out where we want to put this ball. Okay, if I put it here, that's a lot of topspin. I'm going to go about half the topspin. You see where I put it here? And then we want to pull 2. And then I'm going to I'm gonna kind of hook this bad boy like this. Hit perfect, and let's see what happens. Dink. Yep, there. That's what I wanted to do. So I used the right side of the rough, right? Did about half the top spin just because I didn't want to go past the hole into the rough behind it. And because it was on the right, I hooked it to the left. I could have hooked it a little more even, but I was satisfied with that much, and we landed right there, a couple of yards from the hole, and should grab the win here. So those bump shots can be effective if you're in a situation like that where you're in between clubs, your ball's going to go way past the hole, you don't have enough backspin to keep it on the green. All of those situations, think about a bump shot. You just have to make sure that your wind adjustment is right on and that you hit perfect, because if you don't hit perfect, you may miss the rough and go flying. I've done that myself too, so just be careful about that. All right, let's play another 3 here. Okay, same with the other wide open fairways here. We just want to go kind of up the middle where the end of the ball guide is kind of in the center. And we're just going to eyeball a couple of rings there. And to make up for being maybe off a little bit, we're just going to put a little hook on there. And we hit perfect. And that'll set us up nicely for our second shot. Okay, so for our second shot, you can see we're in between clubs here. So we're gonna push it up to the drone, right at the base of the drone, at the very bottom of it. Looks like we don't have any backspin here. So we're gonna kind of line it up, and looks like we're gonna hop over it. So what we'll do, oh, messed up there. Having some issues here. Okay, I'm gonna pull up 2. I'll explain here in a minute. I'm gonna miss my timed out again. It happens. But what I was trying to do, I was going to not do a complete shot. I was gonna lay up on the club a little bit. So maybe we'll do that on this next shot. Although the wind is going to be different every shot it's different. But the fact that our opponent missed that shot gives us another opportunity. So now we have the wind going this way. I don't have any backspin on this one, so we'll go to the top of the club of the Phoenix, and we're not gonna go any top spin because it will roll, and we're just gonna pull 1.5 rings here. Hit perfect. And we're in the hole, baby. We'll take it. That's always a nice follow-up when you time out. All right. $27th. Not bad. Get our trophy. And oh, another way, I didn't touch on this. Here's another way to get, obviously, legendary cards or even more gems. If you want to spend money here on your impact pass for $10, this is even better than the $20 situation. For $10, you definitely get a legendary club. That's not a 50% shot at it. You get 4,000 extra gems. And of course you get all the bags and whatnot. But you can use some of those 4,000 gems and again go back to your specials that you get daily. And the legendary card here in the bottom right, that changes each time the shop here refreshes. So you'll get a lightning storm now, but then maybe in 4 hours and 31 minutes, as you can see in the red up here, that club card will change to another one. It'll be a legendary card, but just a different one. So the impact pass, I've taken advantage of that as well. And I've built my other two accounts up pretty well with that. Let's do one more and then we'll call it. One more tour 3. And with hole 9, par 5. Okay, with this hole, we're definitely going to go on the left side. A lot of people get scared of that. No need to. We're going to go full top spin. You see where the second bounce is? Right in the middle, and there's kind of like a little valley there. So we want it to bounce there. The wind is blowing 1.4 towards the left, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna just give it a little hook to the right, and we're gonna give it a little extra power. Try to hit perfect. And oh, we hit the rough, so a little more power would have been better, or less hook. But that's kind of where we want to be, right there, because now we got a nice direct line to the green. If we don't, we may be able to get over that sand trap on our next shot, but even if we don't, we can, our first drop, our first bounce will be on the fairway below the sand trap, but then the second bounce should go over that and land us onto the green. Let's see where we set ourselves up here. Okay, so we're obviously not going to make it on a first bump, but our second bump should be just, it should get right over there. But I don't think we're going to make it to the green. So we're going to get as close to the edge, not too close, at least within a half a ring. And we're going to pull just over 1.5, about right there. And then we're going to, oh, I hit great, running out of time. And that's not good. You want that second bounce to clear the rough. A perfect shot would have done that. But we're still in a fine position. If anything, we'll go to a draw. So we're going to see if we can just kind of get this to, I'm not going to do any ball adjustment here, but I'm going to put it about, you can see where I drop it about a full square behind. And we're going to pull 2 rings here. We're not going to worry about the 0.5. And try to hit perfect. It was a little, it was like perfect right, I could tell. So I knew it was going to go a little right. Opponent's struggling a little bit there. So we'll get our birdie and call it. So hopefully you learned a little bit today about the rough bump. That's always nice to use when you need it in a pinch on your par 3s usually, or even a second shot if you're in a good spot to do that. You just want to get your wind adjustment right and hit perfect, and you should get those to roll out onto the green very nicely. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm gonna probably finish out tours 2, 3, and 4 on this account before I start another video, and then we'll jump into 5 with our baby account here. All right, take care, y'all.